Blog Post 1, The First Step, September 15th, 2010.
I was married to my beautiful wife Natalie on May 29, 2010. She ended up carrying me across the threshold, literally. 3 months later, I was first diagnosed with ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, aka Lou Gehrig's disease. Little over a year ago, I started falling down after drinking socially. I associated the problem with having one too many and with the fact that I have a bad ankle. After graduating from UNC Asheville with a degree in health and wellness promotion, I enrolled as a radiography student at Southwestern Community College, in order to get specialized in the medical field. During my time in the program, I began to notice strange things that were starting to occur with my body. I noticed that my feet and legs would shake when I was sitting with my weight on my toes in a chair. Then I started having more and more difficulty walking, especially downstairs. During this time period, I started losing my balance and falling a lot. I probably fell down 20 or more times before I finally went to see a doctor. I simply associated my falls to my bad ankle. You see, I was run over by a car several years ago and have had a hard time walking ever since. I finally got to the point where I was having cramps in bed at night and my walking got so poor I decided I would not be able to get through the program without seeing an orthopedic doctor about my ankle and knee. After getting checked out, he told me that my problem wasn't with my joints but rather something neurological. I got set up to see a neurologist and he informed me that he suspected MS, due to my age, 27, a brain, C-spine, and T-spine MRI was ordered which showed a slight shadow over my motor cortex. This news was devastating because now, our huge problem just became a life-ending problem. I spent the next week looking through vast amounts of information on the web, all of which led me to believe that I would be dead in a couple of years. Well, this news didn't sit with me or my family too well. We decided to take action and get busy living instead of getting busy dying. This blog is meant to give my family and friends updates with how I am doing. It is also designed to follow my progress through this disease. I plan on undertaking a daunting task for any person living with a motor neuron disease. My number one goal is staying alive for many years to come, and secondly, to hike every trail in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. The park has approximately 900 miles of trails which can only be done through certain trail logistics that adds on even more miles, the average being 1,500. A final thought to anyone reading the blog: whatever life throws at you, take action as soon as you can. I now see this disease as a challenge. I feel as if I have a new purpose in life and I plan on giving it my all in order to fulfill that purpose, to help others heal their spirit, heal their health, heal their earth and heal others.
Soil, but of men. Therefore, shall we feel that in some sense we are all mountaineers and going to the mountains is going home. John Muir. Blog Post 2, ALS and Cataloochee Valley, September 15th, 2010.
Here is a trip I took with my brother, Rye, to the Little Cataloochee Valley. Rye and I had already decided to hike all the trails in the Smokies before I saw a doctor. We first hiked the Road Prong Trail and I had a tremendous amount of difficulty. Soon after, I saw a specialist. It wasn't long before I found out that I might have MS. This was the hike we took while I still thought it could be MS. At this point, I had no clue it might be ALS. I decided MS or not, we were going to give our goal a go anyway. Now I have decided, ALS or not, we are still going to give her a go.
Blog Post 3, ALS and a Beach Trip, September 17th, 2010.
My wife Natalie, myself, and my brother Rye went on a small beach vacation this past weekend to see our good friends Beth and Matt get married. We took a swim in the ocean every day and enjoyed seeing friends. I had a lot of anxiety about seeing everyone, but as soon as I did, I realized that all of my worries simply washed away. In fact, I had such a nice time that on our 6-hour ride home, my fasciculations in my left arm completely stopped. which I have noticed increase and decrease with stress levels, alcohol, sugar, and caffeine intake. That's the first time that has happened in over a month. Seeing people can be hard for someone with a motor neuron disease. I first felt like I was letting everyone down by having the condition, but you have to realize that it's not your fault and move on as quickly as you can. Seeing people you love is good for the soul, and I found definitely lifting for your spirit. I have tried to be around family and friends every day since I started having problems. I think it has made a huge positive effect on my health.
Blog post 4, ALS and Porters Creek Trail, September 17, 2010.
The other day I hiked up the Porters Creek Trail by the Ramsey Prong. Coming down the trail I met a couple that asked me if I had hurt myself because of the way I was walking. I told them no, this is the way I always walk. Luckily, when I got home today, after my meeting with my naturopathic doctor, my wife's sister, Mary Matthews's old knee brace was waiting for me in the mail. I took it for a test run down the bank in the backyard and it seems to be doing some good. Thanks Doug, Gigi, and Mary. I will give it a further review after Sunday's hike. We are planning on taking out the first section of the Appalachian Trail in the Smokies. A further note on today's meeting with my naturopathic doctor. I met with him for a total of 3 hours. It was the same price as meeting with my other physicians. But, instead of 15 minutes and no suggestions on how to improve or sustain my health, I got 3 hours and lots of suggestions. If you haven't gone to see one of these physicians yet, you should go sometime. I loved the meeting and am excited about getting to work on my total mind and body makeover.
Blog post 5, ALS and Smokemont Lupin Toxins, September 18, 2010.
Yesterday, I was at my meeting with my naturopathic physician in Asheville. During the meeting he asked if I was scared of anything growing up. I told him that snakes would scare me the most. Then we discussed what kind of fear they brought on. I told him that the worst thing about them was that they startle me and cause me to freak out at first. But, when you know they're there, you can avoid them and go about your day. I feel like this was the case with my ALS situation. At first it scared me so much. Now that I know what it is, and now that I am addressing the situation, it doesn't seem so bad. Snakes can be full of toxins, just like our environment. I am a strong believer that motor neuron diseases are caused by toxins in our environment. I personally have made it my goal to avoid all toxins and rid myself of the toxins that are currently in my body. I believe that doing this will help me improve my situation, and eventually improve my health, or at least help me sustain my current health. With the help of a lot of useful information, and my naturopathic physician, we are starting to address the snake that has startled us.